Combining the fun colours of Apple's late 90s iBook G3s and the relative sturdiness and affordability of Apple's later unibody MacBooks, how does the MacBook Neo compare to modern devices? Well, I just bought one, so I think it's time we open it up and take a look. Okay, here we go. It finally arrived, a little bit later than I was expecting, but we do finally have our MacBook. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. The box is definitely color matched. That's pretty cool if you ask me. Ooh. I think the last time I've opened a brand new Apple laptop was, I guess, the MacBook Air that I did a video on, 5 or 6 years ago when the first M1s came out. Wow, that's pretty cool. It feels really cool to open a new laptop. This is, of course, the base model, the very cheapest one that Apple is currently selling. So let's just crack it open and see exactly what we've got. And if it wasn't already apparent, I went with the citrus color. Some people are describing it looking more like urine, but ooh, that feels very sturdy. Oh, that feels very sturdy. It's got that new Apple smell as well. I don't know if you've ever opened a new Apple device yourself, but there is a particular scent. It's like a sweet kind of fruit scent. Let's see, do we get an Apple sticker? We don't even get an Apple sticker, and the instruction manual is like 1 page long. Okay, fair enough. But we do still get a charging brick. This one being, what does it say? This is 20 watts. Okay, so that's not exactly the fastest charger. And we also get a pretty nice feeling braided USB-C cable. As far as I'm aware, this laptop can actually charge a lot faster than 20 watts if you have the correct USB-C adapter. So let's take a look. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, that is really sturdy. Oh my God, that's actually a lot more sturdy than I was expecting. A lot of people were initially skeptical of the trackpad, but honestly, that feels totally fine. You can click it from any corner. I was not actually expecting that. All right, let's start it up and see how we go. And well, I'll be honest, I have not set up a new Apple laptop in many years at this point. To be honest, my M1 MacBook is still running Big Sur because it does everything I want it to. Actually, just looking at it now, is the keyboard also slightly color matched? It's hard to really say, it just looks like a slightly off-white, dirty keyboard. Okay, actually the screen's, honestly, seems pretty bright, at least indoors or whatever. I think it was up to 500 nits this thing can do. It actually looks pretty decent as far as an LCD panel goes. And it's got the rounded edges at the top of the corners. Does my other MacBook have that? I don't remember. Anyway, well, there we go. We're logged in. Everything seems to be color matched to this laptop in particular. And we're running macOS 26.3 Tahoe. I have not updated my MacBook in so long. I don't know what the latest version is. Apparently it's Tahoe. Awesome. Well, let's put this thing through its paces and see just how it compares to an M1 MacBook, which honestly I think is a pretty good benchmark because you can still get those very cheap and they're also a very capable device. So let's see just how good the Neo can be. This isn't the first time that Apple has tried their luck with an education-focused portable. 29 years ago, the Apple Newton eMate 300 actually retailed for a higher price before you consider inflation, and that really puts into perspective just how good the value proposition is with the Neo. How does Apple's new laptop fare when it comes to portability? Well, for students on the go, a 13-inch laptop will easily fit in most bags, and in the hand, I love the smooth, rounded corners. And in direct sunlight, the display was quite easy to see, surprisingly. And at this price point, most laptops sacrifice brightness and color gamut. However, the Neo has a respectable peak brightness upwards of 500 nits, along with great sRGB gamut coverage. Okay, so the screen is good. How did Apple get this down to such a reasonable price? Perhaps the keyboard? Apple has opted to color the keys ever so slightly to match the color of the outer casing. The light-colored, almost white keys are absolutely there to compensate for the lack of a keyboard backlight. In 2015, Apple introduced the Force Touch trackpad, which was a pretty revolutionary way to use haptic feedback to simulate the clicking of a trackpad. The Apple Neo is the first laptop Apple has come out with since that lacks that feature. But it actually has, once again, a physical click, and you can click anywhere on the trackpad. It's not like a springboard where you can only click down the bottom. And honestly, the trackpad is pretty decent. That clearly saved Apple some money doing it this way. So what other compromises are there? Well, some people will be quick to point out the ports you've got on the side. You get a single USB-C 3.0 and a 2.0 port. The
The system will alert you if you try using an external drive through the painfully slow USB 2.0 port. And both of these ports will indeed charge the system at full speed, as I found out. And that full speed being just over 30 watts.
Have you come to love and enjoy using Touch ID? Well, that convenient bio-authentication is not on the base model MacBook Neo, but I have a feeling that most people aren't going to opt for the higher tier model, which includes Touch ID and double the storage, but honestly, for the price, most people I think are just going to opt for the base model. Now, for me, my biggest concern is how well does this perform? Does it compare to the original M1 MacBook Air? Well, I think it's time we take a look and find out.
The new Neo has slower solid-state storage compared to the base M1 MacBook Air with the same capacity. That being said, it's still a respectable 1.5 gigabytes per second read and write. And the Neo actually scores better in the single-thread test, which I did not expect. So as far as performance is concerned, it's very comparable to the M1.
Now you may be wondering why compare it to the original M1 MacBook Air. Honestly, to me, this is the gold standard when it comes to affordable, relatively powerful Apple computing. And you can still buy these brand new and often refurbished at a really good price. And if you're not wanting to buy the Neo, this thing is still a great option.
And in a laptop, I really care about speaker quality. In this device, the stereo speakers are on either side, pointing away from you. Let's compare it against the original M1 Air at 75% volume. I'll let your ears be the judge. Tonally, they are clearly quite different, that's for sure. I heavily rely on headphones for editing, and I had no problem with the new headphone jack placement. If you happen to be left-handed and use an external mouse, I could see this being a bit of a problem though. I've seen some clips of people running Cyberpunk 2077 on their MacBook Neos, but honestly, the only game I regularly play on my MacBook is Minecraft, and of course, it runs absolutely fine on here. So for the money, I haven't seen any compromises to build quality or performance that I would consider a deal breaker. How repairable is it though? Students are notorious for not being very careful with their devices, so a school's IT department would love these things to be easy to disassemble. And I think they will not be disappointed. Every component can be removed with a few screws. The battery isn't glued in place, and every part looks as if it can be easily disconnected. I never thought I'd see this in a modern Apple laptop. And another important part of a student-focused device has to be the webcam. Is it any good?
This is the test of the MacBook Neo's built-in microphone and webcam. Does it sound or look any good? Well, you tell me. It's kind of interesting because I can't really tell where the actual webcam is. It's really hard to spot. I think it's right about there.
That pretty much just leaves us with one more thing. Battery life. I can easily see someone getting a whole day out of it, but even if they don't, it's easily charged using a USB-C battery bank. And I'm not kidding when I say this thing ran Adobe Premiere Pro better than a mini PC running Windows 11 with an Intel Core i9 Ultra, 32 gigs of RAM and 4 times faster flash storage. How on earth does Apple do that? It honestly feels like magic.
Is the Neo cheap? Yes. Is it a good deal? Yes. Is it a downgrade objectively in many ways compared to the M1 MacBook Air and other Apple laptops being sold right now? It is, but you've got to remember this thing is so cheap and it has enough performance to get by. I'm going to be editing this video you're watching right now on here, and on screen I'll put whether I had a good experience or not. For the money, this thing is gonna sell incredibly well. The colors, they're okay. I wish they were a bit more vibrant like the Apple iBook G3s of the past. I like this thing. I already have an M1 MacBook Pro, but this thing, I don't know what it is. The design, the very curved edges, it just feels fresh and modern. And the build quality is truly excellent. I can recommend this thing wholeheartedly, and going forwards, when people ask me, oh, what should I get if I want an Apple laptop, which I often get asked, if you don't do anything more than basic video editing, you surf the web, you write up documents, this thing will be perfect for that. The keyboard is good, the trackpad is good, the screen is decent enough, honestly, 500 nits of brightness will get you by. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to keep using this thing. It is just so much fun. It's actually not much smaller than the MacBook Air. In fact, it's probably comparable in dimensions. Actually, I think it's actually thicker, but it feels smaller due to the design and the tapered edges. I don't know, this thing, I just like it. I went with the citrus thinking it was going to be a little more green than this, but it honestly looks like urine. People are actually calling it the pistrous color. Yeah, maybe in the future they could bring out other colors. Maybe step up to 12 or 16 gigabytes of RAM in the future. And if they just keep updating it with last generation's iPhone chip, I think this has the one from the 16 or 16E, as they keep going, like honestly, the performance will be good enough for students and most people. This is a great buy. I'm glad I bought one, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'm so excited to use this thing. I don't know why, but I am. It's just, I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. Have a good one.